This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
So it looks as though some of my screaming and the screaming of my cohort here on YouTube and in traditional media that have been complaining loudly, trying to encourage my audience to contact the DOJ or to raise their voice in whatever manner that they can to pressure Merrick Garland to do something. It looks like maybe that's worked. This Washington Post headline that you should absolutely be sharing with your social network today: Justice Department expands January 6th probe to look at rally prep, financing, and subpoena requests seek information about the planning for gathering outside White House that preceded Capitol riot. This is the first step in what will be a long investigation, and therein lies my consternation with all of this. That an investigation with the depth and breadth that this will have takes time, it takes resources, it takes manpower. And if they're only getting to it 15 months into Joe Biden's administration, it only leaves them a very short window to continue it, to try these trials, to prosecute these individuals, to hold Donald Trump accountable. Ultimately, that is the goal. And if you start with the underlings, like the dum-dums who stormed the Capitol, and then it indicts, gives you information to indict other individuals above them who may be planned or funded, well, then it's going to take even longer to get to the next level, and then to the next level, where you will arrive at Donald Trump and hold him justifiably accountable. How many times do I have to say that, after all, it is the Department of Justice? This Washington Post article, the criminal investigation into the January 6th attack on the Capitol has expanded to examine the preparations for the rally that preceded the riot, as the Justice Department aims to determine the full extent of any conspiracy to stop Congress from certifying Joe Biden's election victory, according to people familiar with the matter. In the past 2 months, a federal grand jury in Washington has issued subpoena requests to some officials in former President Donald Trump's, ex-President Donald Trump's orbit, who assisted in planning, funding, and executing the January 6th rally, said the people familiar with the matter, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation. The development shows the degree to which the Justice Department investigation, which already involves more defendants than any other criminal prosecution in the nation's history, has moved further beyond the storming of the Capitol to examine events preceding the attack. You see, when I complain about Merrick Garland, when I cast doubt on his actions, it is not because it's not based on nothing. Well, it is based on nothing because there's no evidence. Now we're getting reporting. Now there's something to hang my hat on other than hopes and dreams. Now I can say subpoenas have been issued. They are now investigating something beyond the actual insurrection. Now they're doing the prequel to it. What led to it? Who planned it? Who funded it? Who orchestrated it? How deep and wide does this conspiracy go? Now we can say they are investigating it. And I would venture a guess that the reason that this reporting is even able to be done is because leaked information from the Justice Department to calm the roiling waters. I don't even know if that's a word. To calm the waters that are uncalm. Meaning people like me, people in the traditional media sphere, who are asking the question, where are you, Merrick Garland? The events of January 6, 2021 are a legally fraught puzzle for federal investigators. Prosecutors and FBI agents must distinguish between constitutionally protected First Amendment activity, such as speech and assembly, and the alleged conspiracy to obstruct Congress or other potential crimes connected to fundraising and organizing leading up to January 6th. I don't know if that's a call to have, boo-hoo for the FBI and the Justice Department. That's their job. Every call that they make is legally fraught with peril relative to protecting constitutional rights and parsing out which ones are not protected by the Constitution. Prosecutors have charged more than 770 people with crimes, and the FBI is seeking information to identify hundreds of additional suspects, including a person who planted pipe bombs outside the Democratic or Republican Party headquarters the night before. Grand jury subpoenas are a legal mechanism. Now, we don't need to go over that. We know what a grand jury subpoena is. The people familiar with the subpoena demands declined to identify the individuals who had received them or provide additional details. This is how a grand jury subpoena works. It is secret, but if the person who received a subpoena wants to talk about it, they can. There would be good reason why they would not want to, but that is the case. Garland, who has faced pressure at times from Democrats, you're welcome, America. Garland, who has faced pressure at times from Democrats and others to more aggressively investigate those close to Trump and the events that preceded the attack on Congress, said in his January 5th speech that complex investigations like this one take time and are built from the bottom up. And that is precisely the reason that I have been pressuring Merrick Garland with the small little corner of the internet that I have. That is the very reason that they take time. They are not easy. They are built from the ground up. That it leads from one thing leads to the other. They usually start at the bottom. One person flips on another, and you get greater and greater amounts of information the higher you go on the pole. Quote, Merrick Garland says, "We follow the physical evidence. We follow the digital evidence. We follow the money," Garland said. "But most important, we follow the facts. Not an agenda or an assumption. The facts tell us where to go next." That is fine. But we have time to contend with here. And if you need to dedicate more resources in order to complete the investigation in a timely manner before Joe Biden is out of office and a new Republican Department of Justice is installed, you must do that. For the preservation of the Union, to preserve our very democracy, you gotta get on the stick, Merrick Garland, and get it done, brother. What do you think? Call me, 714-576-4054. You can email me daily@dollemore.com. I appreciate your time and attention, your activism, your organization, your passion for these topics. Follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. I'm at Dollemore. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at Dollemore. And if I bring you some value, if I have motivated you to take part in emailing the Department of Justice or talking to your neighbors and impassioning them, please consider supporting my work right here on YouTube. You can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. This is good news. A little bit, a soupçon, I think is how you say it in French. Just a little bit of good news, which hopefully will be the snowball, proverbially falling down the mountain and picking up snow and becoming a giant, massive, unstoppable force to hold Donald Trump accountable. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.